It's 1966. Alfred Winslow Jones, a former journalist turned Wall Street pioneer, sits in his cramped New York office scribbling notes on a yellow notepad. He's creating something new, the first hedge fund. But what makes Jones's creation so revolutionary isn't just money, it's how he dares to think differently about risk, betting both for and against the market. This is the birth of a secretive world. What made these hedge funders the financial system's unsung heroes? Stick around because this story flips everything you thought about money on its head. Let's rewind to how hedge funds emerged not as wild gamblers, but as disciplined outliers challenging old rules. Alfred Winslow Jones, working out of a modest Manhattan office, launched the first hedge fund in 1949. He combined long positions on undervalued stocks with short positions against overvalued ones. This wasn't reckless speculation. It was a clever hedge against market swings. He attracted early followers fascinated by the audacity of a journalist disrupting Wall Street's old boys club. Think of hedging like holding an umbrella in a rainstorm while still walking outside. You're exposed to weather but prepared. Jones's insight was realizing you could make money by betting for parts of the market while betting against others. This blend dramatically shrinks risk, like walking a tightrope with a safety net beneath. Here's the twist: hedge funds, often seen as reckless, actually managed risk far better than banks or insurance giants. No taxpayer bailouts. Their nimble approach not only survived storms but thrived in uncertainty, making them guardians of stability in financial chaos. Fast forward decades. Meet the titans who rewrote hedge funds: risk whisperers, math wizards, and relentless hunters of alpha, returns beyond the market. Jim Simons, a former mathematician and codebreaker, applied algorithms to markets like a cryptographer solving puzzles. His Renaissance technologies fund mastered patterns invisible to humans. The story goes, Jim's team used math to decode the market, turning chaos into predictable money streams. This wasn't luck, it was genius hidden in plain sight. Paul Tudor Jones captivated the scene not just with predictions, but his obsessive midnight emails. During the 1987 crash, he penned frantic notes to his team, reading the market's panic pulse in real time. His secret, emotional discipline coupled with instinct sharpened by years of vigilant watching, a blend of art and science. George Soros's quantum fund famously bet against the British pound in 1992, making $1 billion in a single day. Soros knew the government's currency stance was unsustainable, exploiting that crack before it collapsed. Here, hedge funds weren't market parasites. They predicted and exposed systemic risks governments ignored. So why do hedge funds consistently come out ahead when markets seem random? The answer lies in who they trade against and how they manage madness. Hedge funds often trade against investors driven by reasons other than pure profit: politicians protecting currency, corporations repositioning assets, or panicked retail traders. This creates predictable inefficiencies. For example, during currency shifts, hedge funds profit by betting against politically motivated moves, spotting edges where others see noise. Unlike giant banks tangled in regulatory webs and bailouts, hedge funds bear all the risk themselves. Imagine a tightrope walker with no net. This forces ruthless risk control. That's why hedge funds steered through the 2007-2009 financial crisis unscathed. Refusing taxpayer handouts and proving real resilience comes from self-discipline. This resilience transforms hedge funds from villains in pop culture to market firefighters. They spot vulnerabilities, correct inefficiencies, and provide liquidity when others flee. Far from being unstable, hedge funds are the financial system's shock absorbers, quietly preventing total collapse. Remember Alfred Winslow Jones scribbling in that cramped office? His vision sparked an underground revolution, turning risk on its head. Today's hedge funds carry that torch, mixing math, discipline, and psychology to outsmart markets and survive chaos. Next time you think hedge funds are villains, remember they're often your financial system's unsung heroes. Try this next market noise you hear: ask, who's really trading and why? That mindset flips mystery into insight. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.